So at this moment, I would like to invite Dr. Mrs. Choma and Michael Choma for the health section. So I would like to encourage us to listen. Those that are hearing my voice in the hostels or around the Love Garden, please let us listen, because we are going to learn something new on how to scale through in our health.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening. So we are back to another fresh topic. For the past 6 days now, we did a comprehensive work on depression. And then the last time, we talked about pornography and the side effects, both physically, spiritually, psychologically, emotionally, and otherwise. And now this brings us to today's topic that will last us today and tomorrow. And that is sexually transmitted infections. Sexually transmitted diseases or infections, whichever one you want to take. Before we go to sexually transmitted infections or sexually transmitted diseases, we need to know one thing, like I said yesterday. You see, this thing that they call sex is a very powerful force. And in school, in campuses, and everywhere where students and young people are, whether we want to admit it or not, sex is one of the most talked about things, whether publicly. Sex is one of the most talked about stuff in campuses, whether publicly or privately. It's a very important topic, and that's why it's like I'm hammering on it. Because most of the challenges that people face in adulthood, the seed was planted now, at this stage of life. Some of you may not be fully aware of the extent sexually transmitted diseases can go in the body, but we are going to look at them critically. Just like we also talked last time, when two people mate, there is a special hormone that is released, oxytocin. What it just does is to bond people. It's called the bonding hormone. It bonds people. And that's why when you are into casual relationships with people, you are into casual sex, there's nothing like casual sex. Whether you are doing casual sex or long-term sex, bonding is bonding. And it often leaves you emotionally traumatized and devastated. It doesn't matter how you look at it. So, when this hormone, that same hormone that is bonding you, that same hormone, that bonding hormone, is still the same hormone that bonds a mother to her baby. When a mother is carrying her new baby after birth, that same hormone is being released every day, bonding that mother to the child. And that's why sometimes it's as if sometimes children are more attached to their mothers than even their fathers. It's because of this hormone. And again, we also know, just like I have been saying, sex is synonymous with pleasure. Pleasure is not a bad thing to have. When you are hungry, do you have pleasure eating? Do you like eating? Even you have not eaten for a whole day, and you are perceiving the aroma of jollof rice. Somewhere, not the ordinary one, a curried one. What will be happening to you? You'll be salivating, right? That's how will you be thinking of sex? I think it's food that you'll be thinking of. And as the food is, they are just bringing it, you just see yourself. That is the same thing. It's pleasure. Or your throat is dry and water is just nearby. God created all these things and need to satisfy them. They are not a bad thing. The only thing that matters is how responsible are you in managing each and all of these pleasures, or whatever you call it. Six of them. We are going to look at 6 of them. And there's something that you will notice in this lecture. Ladies, are you here? Ladies, are you here? Pay serious attention. Pay serious attention. Because that time, somebody will be telling you, I love you. I love you past my mother. Somebody will be telling you, you are the only cockroach in my cupboard. And the only mosquito inside my net. That time somebody will be telling you that thing. I am begging you with all my heart. Please, that is the best time to carry your running shoe. And do what? Please, run as fast as your legs will carry you. Because most of these things here is even more against women. It's also against men. But women, they are suffering more here. Women, you need to be very careful. Men, are you there? Now, let's look at, first of all, social consequences of sex. Let's not go to disease first. Let's look at the social consequences of sex. Unplanned, pregnant. Unplanned. Your father sent you to school. And what you came here, instead of getting a degree, you got what? You got a sexual degree. You got degree, baby. You came and, you understand? Unplanned pregnancy. And one thing about pregnancy is, you must do something about it. It's either you abort it or you carry it. True or false? And none of these actions or options is something that you will just ordinarily accept and say this one is easier. Whether to remove or whether to carry. Unplanned pregnancies. It has led so many people to dropping out of school, to being married to who they never planned to marry. It may not even be your fellow student that is responsible, but you are not ready. You are engaging yourself in sexual acts when you are not ready. You are not emotionally ready. You are not mentally ready. You are not ready in any way. And you are indulging in casual sex. It has made many girls marry people that when every time of their life, they regret, what, if not for this thing, I will not be in this marriage. I will not be in this relationship. Because the next thing that will happen, assuming the man says, okay, I take responsibility, your parents will quickly bundle you and hand over to the man. You have now become a product. They will just package you and give the man. Sometimes they will not even finish your bride price. The man will just come and put one wine there and leave it. He's managing you. You don't leave yourself to be like that. And that starts with discipline. That starts with self-control now for your future. And it's not just that if you decide to abort, you are also buying another package of guilt. Because maybe in future, you are looking for a fruit of the womb you did not get. The first thing your mind will run to is, it may be that abortion that I did. Maybe you did it 20 years ago, 10 years ago. It will keep haunting you. It's not worth the effort. Just like I said, unplanned parenthood, financial difficulties. Because if you carry this type of pregnancy and the man did not marry you, and you landed in your papa's house, sorry is your name. You will carry that pregnancy. You will use it and fetch water. You will use it and fry gari. You will use it and do everything. So that sense will do what? You enter your head small. It's not something you wish on yourself. So please, sex does not want to know whether you are ready or not. It's not even asking you, is this the first time you are doing it? The first time is enough. It's not even asking you whether you are being disvirgined with it. It's enough. So it is up to you to say, I take responsibility for my body, because your body is your future. Is your future. And you have to take full responsibility for it. And now let's quickly look at some sexually transmitted diseases and why we have to be careful. Just like we said, sexually transmitted diseases are passed mainly through sexual contact. It can be anal, through the anus. It can be vaginal. It can be oral, for people that indulge in oral sex. Any of them is a problem. And then, most of these infections that I want to mention, you can get it, no symptom. That is what makes it very, very dangerous. You can carry it, no what? No symptom. For years, no symptom. And that's when you will know that the Creator, this God in heaven, is a very wise God. And He knows the best thing for me and for you. Now, if you look at the rates in our society, the rates at which IVF clinics are popping out. IVF clinics. In fact, fertility clinics, adoption centers, what do they even call it? You watch on the news, you hear all sorts of news about human trafficking, child trafficking. People are stealing babies. Many of these babies are even stolen to be adopted out, not even for ritual purposes, because a lot of couples are basically childless. And the number is not going to come down anytime soon. And when is the problem created? Now, and not in future. So, and if you watch now, even surrogacy is no longer in the Western world. Surrogacy is becoming very, very common now. A lot of people are helping women, are using their womb to help other women to conceive. You come to students, you come to the university, some of these fertility clinic people, they have their agents. They come to the university and they convince young girls to sell their eggs. It's very popular now. You can sell your eggs and somebody will give you a miserable 200,000 naira and you collect. I call it miserable 200,000 naira. And you collect. Some people make it a frequent something. Some people I know, at least somebody I know, like 6 months, she's busy selling eggs. And the young men are busy being sperm what? Donors. That is how critical the situation has become. And then if you actually want to be happy in this life, it is better as you make your bed, so you do what? You lie on it. Yeah, Igbo people say, onye gbakute ya, o megini? Igbakute gi megini? You lie on the floor. Idina n'ala. As you make your bed, you lie on it. And then the first sexually transmitted disease that we want to look at this evening is HIV. Even though the HIV noise is no longer as loud as it used to be, there was a time in the news, you're always hearing about HIV. It has not disappeared though. It is just that it is now quiet because many people that are carrying the infections are quietly going to collect their drugs every month. Every month they go and collect the drugs. The drugs that they use to reduce viral load. It's not that the HIV has gone away to any place. That person you might be relating to, that person you might be gisting with, may be quietly going to the hospital every month to do what? To be picking his or her drugs. and the person will not even tell you. And the person is picking drugs or taking these HIV drugs, there's not an evidence to say that this HIV can still not be transmitted to you. You see why casual sex is bad? But still, I will still advise, if you have been engaging in unprotected sex, whether you are feeling symptoms or you are not, I am begging you, the earlier the better. Even for people that are collecting drugs, it's more helpful if they discover that they are having this HIV on time. It's better you just settle your mind and go for a test to be sure that you are free. Because most of these things are silent killers. So HIV is one of them. So there's nothing like this person looks very robust, this person looks very healthy, this person looks very clean, her clothes or his clothes is smelling clean. The perfume, I like it. No, he or she is looking responsible. Therefore, he or she cannot carry any disease. Is a lie from the pit of hell. It's the greatest deceit that you will ever hear. And then we come to one major infection that may not be hitting the news, but it is as rampant as ever. Everywhere, even in this campus, it's everywhere. And that's gonorrhea. Gonorrhea. First of all, I would like to talk about gonorrhea symptoms for male and gonorrhea symptoms for females. If you watch now for females, you see that if you are following health news, you will see that under fertility, there's a lot of issues with women having blocked fallopian tubes. Some people might not even know that they have blocked fallopian tubes, but they may just know that maybe when they are pregnant, they will go to hospital, the doctor will let them know, the test will tell them that they are pregnant, but then after a month or two, it will be discovered that it's an ectopic pregnancy. An ectopic pregnancy happens when the fertilized eggs, instead of passing comfortably through the fallopian tube to head to the womb to settle, it is stopped midway because the fallopian tube, that entrance is blocked. That's what happens in ectopic pregnancy. By the time you are taken to the hospital, it's often a major surgery. By the time you are taken to the hospital, if you come out alive, you will now notice that you have lost that particular fallopian tube. And what betide you, you have a second ectopic pregnancy, you are sterile, those fallopian tubes, you are infertile for life. Unless maybe you are ready to do surrogacy or to do any of those things. One of the reasons for this blocked fallopian tube is untreated gonorrhea. Untreated gonorrhea. And with what the global records are saying, gonorrhea globally is becoming harder and harder to treat. It's not responding very well again to antibiotics. I'm talking about globally. I'm not even mentioning Nigeria as a country, because what is happening with our own medications is not something that we stay here and start talking about. But for places where people are taking real medications, this gonorrhea bacteria is becoming harder, is becoming more and more resistant to treatment. And that's why you should not even get it in the first place. And then what are some of the symptoms? For the females, over 50% of females that contract gonorrhea will not have any symptoms for a very long time. You'll just be okay. Nothing. Unless you go for a test. You will just feel fine. And if you are a Keziah, you will just help and be doing what? Increasing the population. Then for the other 40% or less that will have symptoms, let's look at some of the symptoms. You can get it in abnormal vaginal discharge. In a healthy vagina, discharges are almost odorless, clean. But when you start having these discharges that starts smelling like fish or starts smelling like one thing, you need to wash and wash and wash. Sometimes you need to get a special antiseptic to really push your hand inside your womb in order to wash. It means that there is already a problem. Because the vagina is self-cleansing when it's healthy. So when you start having some of these discharges, which we chronically call, I have infection, there is a problem. It's not supposed to be like that. So infection, it can be creamy, it can be greenish, it can be yellowish, it can be anything. It's a problem. When you are having burning pain, like a lot of women, by the time they are ready to settle down and get married, you come and hear things like afo na moko, afo, the pelvic area, you are having this burning sensation, is becoming so hot, so uncomfortable. It's one of the after effects one of the things that can happen when gonorrhea is attacking the system. So this burning pain, increased urine, maybe you feel like urinating, you rush to the bathroom, you will not even urinate very well. You come back again. Before you sit down, you're already feeling pressed again. You are going back to the bathroom. You go and ease yourself, but you don't fully empty. There's a problem. Or maybe even when you want to ease yourself, you are easing yourself with pain. You need to check it. Even if that thing happens for some days and after some time you don't notice it again, no treatment, you just kept quiet. Please don't keep quiet. Go and take good care of yourself so that you will not regret later in life. Pain during sex is also a sign of some of this gonorrhea problem. Pain during sex. But for the men, it's more obvious. Within 2 days to 1 week after exposure, you see them, they begin to have this discharge. That one scares them fast, so they quickly go and treat themselves. But unfortunately, even if they are treating themselves, they may hide it from you girls. Are you hearing me? Did you hear me? They will hide it. They will go and treat themselves. And they will do what? They will hide it. And by the time he or she finishes, he will quickly avoid you. You will not know the reason. And then you will now carry this silent killer, this silent destroyer inside your body and just be walking about, not knowing that a seed of destruction has already been planted inside your system. You need to be very, very careful. And then for people that engage in oral sex, sorry, that one, the infection is here. See here. Plenty here. I don't even want to go into that one much. You know yourselves. And then, just like I said, even if you treat gonorrhea, you go and you discover you have gonorrhea, you go for a test, you are taking antibiotics. It is very, very, very advisable that after that antibiotics, you need to go back again to be sure you are treated. Are you hearing me? I'm giving this lecture two sides, for people that want to continue what they are doing and for people that actually want to leave. You have to go back again to be sure that you are well treated. And then, in case you do not treat it well, it will not come back again. By that time, you have finished you have graduated. You have gotten your dream job. You are earning a good salary. And one man or woman, you now decide to say, okay, let me settle down. I want to marry. I want to have children. I want to have a good family. And God will bring this wonderful girl or wonderful young man to you. As soon as you tie the knot, the gonorrhea will not allow you to have happiness. He says, so this person wants to be happy. And the thing will just quickly go and look for the register and say, Ngozi's name is there. They'll come to your door. Here I am. Untreated what? Gonorrhea. And I want to I want to tell you something. Most of the things that we call Abba, do you know what? Have you heard the word before, Abba? Abba? Have you heard it before? Some of the cases of Abba that you hear about is not Abba. Oh. Many of them are untreated, sexually transmitted diseases gone wrong. Diseases that have infiltrated the system, capitalized on the system, and stabilized the entire immune system. That's why you see a lot of ladies, this gonorrhea issue, it finally results in pelvic inflammatory diseases. You have this constant waist pain. You are still young, but you are having waist pain. You are having pain here. You are having this hotness in your abdomen. All here is not a comfortable place. And when you talk about your periods and all the rest, sometimes it's just out of this world. You may not be having all this painful menstrual period before. But suddenly you notice that this thing suddenly started tormenting your life. You need to watch it. Untreated gonorrhea can cause a lot of problems in the long run. I think this is past 7. Tomorrow, outside this gonorrhea, we are going to look at 5 more infections. 5 more infections, what you can do about it, in case you're already infected, what extent do you go, what do you do? Invite your friends. Anybody that you love, please bring that person to this arena. We have a lot more discussions to talk about. Because after this topic, we are going to another topic. Girls, you will like this topic very well. Oh. You will love this topic well. I will give you the expo tomorrow. But come tomorrow first. Let's trash this topic. And then, may the Lord bless us in Jesus' name.
Hello? Alright, so let's turn our hymnals, the 7 Adventist hymnal, to number 524. 524. It is so sweet to trust in Jesus. So sweet to trust in Jesus, just to take Him at His word, just to rest upon His promise, just to know, thus says the Lord. Jesus, Jesus, how I trust Him, how I Jesus, precious Jesus, oh, for grace to trust Him on.
Oh, how sweet to trust in Jesus, just to trust His cleansing flow, just in simple faith to plunge Him in the healing cleansing flood. Jesus, Jesus, how I trust Him, how I prove Him more and more. Jesus, Jesus, precious precious Jesus. Oh, for grace to trust Him. Oh, yes. And cease just from Jesus simply taking life and rest. Oh, Jesus, Jesus, how I've trusted Him, how I've proved Him wrong. Oh, Jesus, Jesus, precious Jesus, oh.